But my question is about streaming. Both of you do A-ROC, a ton of streaming. Snipes, more and more streaming than the average DJ. I want to know between like March and now, how has your understanding of streaming evolved, and what takeaways and advice do you have for DJs that are starting? I want to start with you, Snipes.
All right. So I'll be like, so the funny thing is, before the pandemic hit, or if anybody remembers Ustream and stuff back in the days, I was on that like in 2011, 2012 and those times. But once the pandemic hit, I knew like I wasn't getting booked a lot. The way I treat myself is I just moved back from Cali in 2018, and I know I started jumping in DJing with you guys, Corrupt, when I first. You guys probably didn't even know me when I first moved back in January of 2019, but I really wanted to get back on the scene again, and with the whole, once the pandemic hit, with just trying to figure out like, man, I'm just trying to get things going again, and all this is shutting down, but trying to keep myself from getting depressed. And I'm like in my mindset already of, I'm not giving this up again. I'm doing this. I'm legit going to be doing this, and nothing's stopping anything. So I was trying to figure ways and platforms. At first I did Facebook, because Facebook was the only thing I really knew, and then Instagram, of course, but I know that Facebook owns Instagram, so you get the same type of problems of the restrictions that they have. But once I started like seeing, like I knew of Twitch, but I never let it come to my mind and sit there thinking maybe I can DJ off of it. But then I started seeing people talking about it. I was like, okay, let me try it out. And from March all the way through, it's just been more of, you have to stay consistent in order to learn what you need to know is different about to get this thing going. Because with Twitch and even Mixcloud, you can make your own. And this is where I have that mindset now, or not the mindset now, but more so in telling people, don't let this pandemic shut you down. Create what you want for yourself, because this is the opportunity to do so. While everything in that moment of time was shut down, everybody was in the same exact position as me, you, and everybody else out there. We're stuck at home, no work, no money, no anything. If you have any goals, plans, or ambitions, this is the time to go about it. So I wanted to make advantage of Twitch, because I've seen, if people, in my mindset, if gamers are getting a professional career out of this, something else can come out of this. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to sit there and build that, and then I don't mind going through the grind and through the steps and everything, just because music will attract anybody. So I've always just been going about it over the past few months and figuring things out. What's a bit, and asking questions about like, how do you get to subscribe? What's an affiliate status, and this, that, and the other, and learning. Because I have a friend of mine's, luckily, she's a partner as well, but she's a full-time gamer. Her name's Triceratops. Shout out to Sarah Rebar. And she's giving me some tips and tricks. And then I see my boy Will, he's been going through quite a bit, but he's been doing his own thing on Twitch, and then he got rated, and he had never been rated. Now he's up to close to being a partner now and stuff like that. And just over the months, you have to stay consistent. And I'm pretty sure everybody here knows that as well too, in order to build that audience, because the audience is consistent on Twitch. And I find it personally to be one of the best communities out there, as far as being able to build yourself and build your platform. I've sensed no kind of, of course you'll have your gamers that's talking trash and stuff, but that's everywhere with all games. But I mean, as far as building your community and stuff like that, I've never seen so many people who didn't know you. If I'm watching one of you guys' chat, and I'm just say what's up to somebody, and then they're going to subscribe me to a whole month for your show. And vice versa. If they want to sit there and raid your show because they feel like they want to vibe with you, they'll send all 100 people to come watch your show. You won't get that on Facebook. You won't get that on Instagram. You won't get that on many other platforms to help build your audience. Because the one thing that you're mostly getting with people on Instagram, for instance, is just they'll watch, they'll probably chat, and then leave, but you won't know if they left. You'll just see a number drop down. It's not really telling if they followed you, if they liked your show or anything like that. With Twitch, you get the ability to follow, and then over time, they can subscribe if they really love your stuff. So I've definitely taken the time over the months to really get the platforms down. Mixcloud for sure as well. And Mixcloud, I'm on the high end of that one to be on the building platform, because I feel like Twitch is great and number one right now, but I feel like Mixcloud will be the most beneficial for DJs, being the fact that you can make money off the platform without having to be a subscriber. They have a model to where you make money based off the music you play, and the artist will still receive their royalties as well too. So
Yeah, man. I agree that Mixcloud, it's always been like this for me. Mixcloud has always been the best option for DJs, period. Always been the best option. The problem is it's a bunch of DJs DJing to other DJs. There's no.
That's true. And that part is true. And that's where, with a little bit of the stuff that I've seen Mixcloud been doing lately, I know on Halloween, they actually booked Flying Lotus to do a virtual show. So I think they're working on trying to build more of an audience to watch outside of just DJs. And that's why I say I think it's going to be one that's growing right now, because they most definitely are a company that actually, I think they witnessed all the DJs suffering with having a platform to do what we do.
Right.
And then they opened that beta streaming platform and said, we just opened this up. You guys do your thing and you guys won't be shut down, because their music rights are based off the UK music licensing. So, and that's the beauty that I love with that, because it's like they're really looking out when all the corporates in America are just trying to keep us silenced.
Sure. Hey, Snipes, I want you to go through your streaming equipment real quick. You got 1 minute. Talk about the equipment, whether you like it or not, because I noticed you got a really nice sounding microphone. Looks like it's attached to the boom arm. You got the green screen. Just walk us through 1 minute, your equipment, and whether you like it, and whether you'd recommend it to someone else.
So my equipment really is, so I got 1 minute. So my equipment is real simple. I have a Logitech camera. It's one from 2011. This microphone is an MXL, so it's not anything high end. This microphone was legit only at $99. But it has the build of a broadcasting mic. It's a little cheap option, because the build that I want once I get my full studio set up again will be the EV RE20. I have my the DJAXCESS3. I have 2 MacBook Pro set up. One for the DJs, that's strictly just DJs, my 2009 MacBook Pro. I have a 2015 that's running my streaming service. I do have a camera above me. My green screen's behind me. My futon is sitting right here if I wanted to sit down, but you guys wouldn't see me. And do I have anything else going on? My setup's real simple. It's nothing too crazy, because I'm literally making what I have work to give the best quality production look that I can for the time being.
Exactly.
So I like it.
It's not giving anything, like, I'll show you, that this is, that's my controller.
Oh, hold on. Let me Snipes, let me pin you real quick.
So what's that?
Oh, I gotta pin you real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Go for it.
Now show us.
Yeah. So, all right. So, of course, you can see the mic there, and just my boom arm. Nothing crazy. There's my, oops, that's my light that fell. But that's the controller. Laptop I'm streaming from. Laptop I DJ from. My futon behind me. With the jetpack bag, shout out, and my green screen behind me. Nothing too crazy. If it looks good, then thank you.
Sure. Having the 2 laptops will obviously just easier to engage with your people on the live stream. But is it also just having a computer focused on just the stream help that runs smoother? Like, is that something?
It does. When you have a laptop that's pretty dedicated to certain stuff, or a computer, really, you'll get more power out of a home desktop computer. You can get, if I wanted to stay with the Apple platform, I can go with the most expensive 16-inch now laptop if I want to, and it'll handle things fine with the processing power that it has. But with desktops, you get a lot more. And when you have something that's dedicated to running one thing, you're not going to be eating up a lot of your RAM or your memory from your computer, as well as other system resources to take away. I do run into limitations with this, even though this thing is, it's a 2015. It is a quad-core processor. If I'm talking over anybody's heads, I'm sorry. I do run it to its limits, but it's enough to handle for what's out right now. But I am getting to the point where it's probably start time to researching into, if I want to get the best stream quality with no lag and some stuff like that as well too, I'll probably want to look into a little bit more, because I'm giving my computer more things to run. I'm already running 2 cameras while trying to tell it to push this whole stream and all this data and my music at the same time.
I know the gamers have it even worse.
Yeah, they can, especially if they're trying to push that 4K quality content all the time.
Yeah, to kind of simplify that, a two computer setup is going to be a lot. easier load on your computers and probably easier for you, like James was saying, to interact with people. And then one computer system can be done, but you're not going to be able to do a ton of animations. It's going to be really simple, maybe not a whole lot of scenes. And I know DJ Brian Days streams like 4 or 5 nights a week off of one laptop and has found success. So can be done, definitely easier with 2 devices. A-ROC, I want to hear about your streaming takeaways between March and right now. And then if you could kind of run us through your equipment as well at the end, that'd be great.
All right. So I kind of jumped in right when it started happening, just because I already knew the platforms for streaming, because I do a lot of virtual conference calls for meetings and everything else. So I already knew how to Zoom and everything else work. But when all this happened, I was like, well, how can I get ahead of the curve? So I started researching. I was like, how are the video gamers doing it? So I immediately looked into Twitch, and I was like, all right, how can I get this going? And the further, I'm a researcher, I like to dig deeper. So I was like, all right, what's this platform? Can I get people to this platform? And I started looking. I say, Amazon bought them in 2014. I'm sorry, if Amazon owned this platform, then this is going to be it. This is going to be the platform that is going to be around for a while. It ain't going to fly by night platform. But I was also looking like, how are video gamers making $100,000 a year? So I still started digging down to the affiliates, the partners. I was like, all right, I'm not even on that level yet. Let's just get this set up. Watched a lot of videos, man. And believe it or not, I got some of the best knowledge for streaming from watching church streaming videos, how to stream your church services.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't a video gamer. It wasn't no DJs at the time. It was literally people with churches. And they were talking about how they was doing their services and how they had to set up in the different scenes and how they were doing pre-recorded stuff in the past. I'm like, all right, let me incorporate this into what I'm doing. So I was streaming about 3 or 4 nights a week. And I was just doing it because I was double dipping. I was recording my Saturday radio show while I was streaming. So I had a separate mixer set up so I can talk on the stream, but the audio wouldn't come through on my actual GarageBand I had recording on my desktop. So I was streaming and recording a mix show at the same time. And then I ran a mix show that following Saturday on the local radio station. So I was like, all right, I can have some fun streaming, talking to people, and get my radio show done. But, as things went on, Facebook started hitting people hard, because you got your most engagement because your most friends and everybody had
Everybody's
Facebook
on Facebook
already. It was
Family
easy for people to log on there. Right. So, Facebook started hitting people. And I said, oh, man, this is not good, And then I started digging deeper. I was like, how can I monetize this? Because, by the time the summer hit, the DJing on Twitch went down, right? Because people are out. Weddings are opening back up. So a lot of people that was doing gigs were out doing weddings outside. So nobody was really doing stuff on Friday and Saturdays no more, including myself. I was like, all right, I got to figure out to keep this going. So, I was still doing my thing. Fast forward, I got contacted by the university about doing like a Friday night show, a live show, doing some giveaways, engaging with students. And I went back to them. I said, well, if I give you something better than me just DJing on a Friday night on Twitch, which they didn't have a Twitch account. We had to get a Twitch account set up for them. So I've basically been building their Twitch account and been ignoring my Twitch account.
Right.
Because I'm on their account 2 or 3 nights a week. But so we was like, all right, how can we do this? Like, well, we don't know how Twitch works. I said, well, let's get it set up. We run it from there. So what started off with just me DJing on a Friday night idea turned into, all right, let's bring some live musicians in and let's bring some comedians in. So now Friday night went from me opening up the show. We basically had a weekly show. Then it turned to 2 weekly shows. So Friday was music. Tuesdays was comedy. So I was bringing in musicians, from all over the world. And how I got this talent is the fact that I knew all these people from the cruise ship. Our Carnival Facebook page has 3,200 members in entertainment. This is not any other department, just entertainment department. And that's from dancers to singers to guitarists to solos, steel pans, comedians, all these different people in entertainment. And I was like, all right, I'm going to reach out to these people because no one's working. And I said, hey, anybody interested in making a little money on a Friday night? Bam. Had a few people. I was like, that's all I need. One couple, from Australia, but they now living in Tennessee. Another couple was in the Ukraine, had another couple in the UK, Had a guy in Florida, somebody in California, you know, a couple other people hit me up from London. I'm like, all right, now we're going. Guy hit me up from Canada. I said, now I'm about to really bring some virtual entertainment to the university. And the thing is, all these musicians are so skilled because to work for the company, you got to know 200 songs. You got to be able to play 200 songs. You got to be able to sing 200 songs. You know, you got to be able to engage, interact. So with that being said, I said, all right, I got the talent. I say, now where I find comedians at? So I linked up with a guy that I had did a podcast with, and I'll say, hey, can you get me some comedians? He said, how many you need? I say, at least 5. So we, once again, top rated comedians. People have been on stage with Steve Harvey, been on Def Comedy Jam, been on Apollo, been out in Cali, Hollywood, cruise ships, all over. These guys are professionals. And I say, all right, this is all I can afford to pay. This is the budget. And it was like, let's do it. Why? Because it was nothing open. I say, this can be something great. I say, we just got to be able, all of us taking this hit, starting off, we can't go out and charge premium. I had people, Larry, I sent this request out for artists to come do this event with me on Friday. And Larry was like, yeah, I need to get $1,000. Like $1,000, bro? You're not even leaving your living room. You don't got to put no pants on. You just need to show up and play, you know?
Pants fee.
Right. You know, like, so either way, so what started off with just doing a Friday turned to Tuesdays, turned into another former employee of OU who now is at Bowling Green now, contact me and say, hey, we want to do the same thing for BG. Because the thing is, all the colleges, campus were shut down, so they couldn't have no events. So they had to provide X amount of entertainment for their students per semester.
Where's the easy
so what I'm doing, I'm bringing in international students, you know, but international musicians. We do 15 minutes of me DJing. I'm giving away prizes. And then I would do a 30-minute live Zoom with them. So I basically bring the artists in on Zoom, like the group I had from the UK, they were 5 hours ahead. So, you know, they're playing, you know, they're playing quietly because their neighbors is next door. And it's 1 a.m. and they're sitting there playing for me here in Ohio at 8:15. So, you know, so it was, but when we got done, we did a Q&A. You know, now I'm talking to these people over in the UK. You know, how's the UK right now? What's going on? You know, how is life? You know, are the pubs open? What you guys been doing? And I had this engagement with people, and it just kind of just spiraled out from there. So here we are, we had week 9, and yesterday I did a virtual football tailgating event, which we had pre-recorded videos from the marching band, from the cheerleaders, from the football players, from the dance team, and I ran an hour-long show doing giveaways, contests. I had a Zoom window open so people can log into Zoom on one top, and then I was pushing them to Twitch. So I had a video wall set up behind me, a virtual video wall, so they'd be on Zoom dancing and like they on a video wall behind me.
That's dope. That's real dope.
So it was more engagement.
A-ROC, I know you got to get out of here pretty soon. Can you walk us through your streaming setup in about 1 minute? And I know you're doing a lot of this like kind of routing stuff, like, you know, people are providing the content, you're routing it to the right place. So what, in like 1 minute, just describe your streaming setup and like all the different equipment, and would you recommend it to somebody?
So when I first started, I had my lights, like everybody had their DJ lights set up. And I was like, well, I got a photo booth service too. So I already had the green screen stuff figured out. So I had the draping for the green screen, started to drape for the green screen. But every time I moved my camera, I lose where it was in the green screen. It was only like a 6-foot long green screen. So one night I just painted the whole wall in my office green. I said, I'm just going to paint the whole room green, but you can't use any green. It has to be a chroma key green.
Yes.
Look it up. You can find the RGB codes. You can go to Lowe's, get the green. Okay. If whoever you stand with and let you paint the wall green, do it. From there, I start off with 2 Logitech 920s, but I was doing a lot of gig logs, and I had my Canon M50 already here. So I just got a capture card, hooked that up to my computer, which is an iMac 27-inch. And then from the 27-inch, I got it routed to a 40-inch screen.
A-ROC, talk about what a capture card does real quick.
So a capture card, basically, if you have a Canon DSLR camera, and it's a camera, not a video camera, it will only record up to 29 minutes and 59 seconds due to the tax stamp in Europe. All right, the technical stuff is out. But if you can take that same camera, run a USB to your computer, and hook up the actual HDMI mini out to the capture card, it would transfer HDMI to USB, and it would give you a video signal into it. Exactly, just like that. So you can do the video signal right into your computer. So you can take your basic camera, if it has a video out, you can hook it up to a capture card. Now with the DSLR camera, you have to put it on manual. If not, the facial tracking stays on and it stays on the screen. So that square will stay up the whole time you're feeding, doing your streams. So you got to put it on manual. You mess around with the manual focus and you just leave it where it's at. And the capture card is getting all that. No on screen, like I am talking to you right now on that Canon M50. And like I said, it's not a video camera, it's a regular camera, but you can put it in video record mode. And this is what most people who's doing vlogs are usually using something like this camera. But the capture card would get all those images. But if you're trying to use your Canon camera, you have to put it on manual if you want to get all the information off the screen. If not, your record time's going to come up and, your facial tracking is all going to be there. But yeah, from there, I got a Steinberg UR44 mixer. You can find them on Amazon for $300. I already was using it to record my radio show. 4-channel mixer. So I got my DJing equipment going through one channel. I got this mic on one channel, and you notice I'm not using this mic because I got a lapel mic, which I already had already. Stuff that was already in my house, right? So when I do my radio show, I got GarageBand open on the main desktop. I got Twitch open up on the screen up top, and I'm recording my mix show on GarageBand while streaming to Twitch. So the audio, I can go through and take all my vocals out, me talking during the stream, and just have the mix ready to go. And I can go through and overdub the mix I just did for 2 hours on Twitch and then play it on the radio show on the weekend. And the biggest key is lighting. I got LED lights in the ceiling already, but I also got like a 4K light. I got a Lowe's for like $30. And I got an angle, off to the side to keep the shadows from coming. But it also lights up the chroma key wall so you don't get too much. Like that's why this wall, you can't tell that this is not a real studio or fake studio. People are like, oh, is that a good studio? It's good lighting. But yeah, it's a
what kind of CDJs are those?
What's that?
Which CDJ models? These
are the Nexus 2s. So I think one of your questions was like, what's your favorite equipment? I mean,
those are the ones that the Nexus 2s, they were able to, the Nexus 2 had Serato built in, right? Because the Nexus 1s, they had the different models, the SRT, and then the Nexus 1 was Pioneer.
Yeah, these, so yeah. Let's talk about the players though.
Yeah, these are CDJs with the S9. I've been strictly Pioneer since I switched from Denon about a decade ago. I used Denon for about 10 years, and I switched to Pioneer about 10 years ago. Everything I own is Pioneer, the CDJ Nexus 2s. I got the XDJ RX2. I got the RX1. And I got a portable RR that I take out. So,
and all of that could be yours. Just drive to A-ROC's house in the middle. No, I'm just playing. Yo, listen, guys, we only have like 10 minutes, and I want to get a couple things in. So I just wanted to know, where can people find you online and in person? I want us to go to Snipes, then to A-ROC, and then we'll go tips for listeners, A-ROC, and then Snipes and A-ROC. As soon as you have to go, you can dip out. But let's go with where can people find you online and in person?
Says what's up, by the way.
What's up?
Go ahead, Snipes.
Oh, okay. So where you guys can find me, social media platforms, Instagram, it's DJ Snipe still with a Z at the end, DJAXCESS. Facebook, the names have changed on a lot of other platforms. I haven't done the Instagram yet because I'm just trying to decide if I want to or not. But Twitch, if you want to see my live shows, I've been pulling shows on Tuesdays for the most part on Twitch. My name is Snipes in the Mix, SNIPEZ INDAMIX. And that is my gaming name as well too, just without the I in mix. But you can find me on there and on Mixcloud. Feel free to follow and subscribe. I do have mixes of old from the past and new mixes that's coming up. Live streams, I always do re-upload them as well too. I do have some other things that's taking place, which I will tell all of you now. I've never really got to talk about it since I've never got to really talk about it since moving back here because I'm still getting things set. But I am also an ambassador for what's called Yo DJ Hangouts. If my friend Lord is in here, Lord is actually the originator of it. It started 7.5 years ago in LA as a whole DJ network function. I'm looking to put that together here in Columbus as well. It's been something I've not talked about because I wanted to figure out how the DJ community was here first in order for me to establish it. And you guys are more welcome. I do want to have you guys as a guest, and I'll link you guys to what it is as well too. What Yo DJ Hangouts is a platform exactly what the title is. Yo DJ Hangouts. Come hang out, do your own thing, do your session. And what we did in LA out there for the longest period of time was invite all DJs, whether you're big, small, it didn't matter. You could be Tiesto, come in, drop a 45-minute set. No disclosure, no type of judgment, anything like that, whatever. You could be a bedroom, you could be a closet, you can be high ranking, you could be just in between, whatever. It's a whole community function. It's a way to network and everything as well too, and have the opening. So we've been doing it even with the whole virtual streaming and stuff like that. We had the 7-year anniversary party back in the summer, and they have one coming up this Saturday as well too. That's going to be live, and most definitely, since they made me the ambassador for the Midwest chapter, I'll put you on to our first episode once I get some dates lined up. So it originally was supposed to be, I wanted to get a venue and stuff located so that I can have all you guys come out and everybody drop a set for a lot of time. But we're doing it virtual and still having the shows go down, and you can be where you are. If you were in LA, you can have it at the location. They still play it from there. But yes, want to get you guys on too.
Dope, man. We look forward
sweet,
to that.
Thank you.
Let's go to A-ROC.
I mean, I'm an easy person to find. Come to Athens, you can easily find me at my store.
Class A Sounds.
Your Class A Sounds, classasounds.com. But yeah, if you want to find me, it's very simple. Just go to A-ROC Entertainment. AROCentertainment.com, AROC entertainment.com. From there, there's a link to nearly everything I do, from the photo booth to weddings to the virtual gigs are uploaded. I do an iHeart station, basic podcast, iHeart Legion of Tunes Radio. Put a lot of workout mixes during the pandemic. So all of them are actually linked on my website now. So you don't have to even go look on the iHeart page. You can click on my website and that will get you there. Over the past year, I have streamlined everything to one place. So if you go to my website, everything's there. You can get my Facebook, my Instagram, my Linktree stuff. I got that set up on Instagram, which basically pops you right back to my website, which everything is there. If you're in Athens, I'm usually out at I usually at Bronies every Friday, but most time I've just been doing just weddings and some private gigs. And I'm still doing a lot of weddings. And then of course on streaming is DJ A-ROC on Twitch. But if you want to really see me, drop in on Ohio Involvement on Twitch or BG_involvement. Tonight, I got to dip out here in a little bit, but we're going to be on BG's Twitch page. So I'm running BG's Twitch account and OU's Twitch account doing comedy and music. And tonight we got a comedian. He's coming all the way from Atlanta on Zoom. And then we're going to push him out to BG's involvement page on Twitch. So, and then Monday, we have a writer from Netflix and comedies. No, not Tuesday. Tuesday on Ohio Involvement. We're doing a full month of female comedians every Tuesday for a month straight on Ohio Involvement page. So, but all the updates, just go to my Instagram, DJ A-ROC on Instagram, and everything to be there. So.
To everyone watching on YouTube, if you found something helpful, I know you did, like the video, comment to see who we should have on here, what questions we should ask DJs, what topics you want us to cover. Obviously, subscribe if you feel like it, and don't worry about notifications. Yeah, Corrupt, take us out, man. This is episode 29.
Yeah, man, episode 29. Thank you guys so much. Snipes, it's good to reconnect with you. Aaron,
thank you, man.
Anytime I'm in Athens, I'm definitely going to think about that store. So hopefully I'll pop in and see you.
He is waiting. All right.
Peace out, guys.
Later, guys. Thanks.
All right. Holla.